What's up, ladies and gents? Welcome to another episode of Heartbeat of America, Season 3. My name is Michael Richard Diarrera, aka Dynamic, aka Dine. My main scope and career of things is neurology with a background of RMA and RPT. I also dabble in music and artistry. This episode of Season 3 is called Protect Your Energy. I always stress this a lot to all of you so many times throughout the day, so many times throughout my videos, for many of reasons. But the main reason is because people have control issues, and protecting your energy helps deviate yourself from those type of people. Also, protecting your energy helps you protect your mind as well as keeps you on track to evolving. Energy is very vulnerable thing. Many don't know how to protect their energy because it's not a popular subject and wasn't really a known thing, and there wasn't much understanding involved with human energy fields back in the day. When people don't have a grasp of this element of life, they could fall into having control issues or being controlled. So individuals that use this as a controlment will force belittlement, superiority, and fear to create situations to be able to gain that control, because a lot of people don't know this, but when you don't have control in yourself, that allows that door opened to be controlled, which a lot of people are in that type of state of mind and living. In an overall sense and matter, people should just keep their hands to themselves and respect each other. But we all know that's not what happens. And those people need to know that they bleed too. Like, I say this because I don't play to the narrative of a toy badge or the help or controlment of governments. I've always been a vigilante in that aspect, and the bad guy per se. The whole system operates on human trafficking, and they push those fears and laws, and they enforce all that, even though they break all that shit themselves. They have control issues. A lot of people have control issues because people don't like to be outdone or be seen less as a person than someone else, which I don't know why people have that type of mind state, but it is what it is. And understanding what it is, we could go from there and evolve and break through those chains and shackles that hold people back or in low frequencies in life. Regardless, those type of people that carry out those type of controlment issues are a very contradicting entity, and you see those patterns. But why don't people break those patterns is the real question. So protect your energy from those slave pushers, because you're not a slave. Fuck all them and their low vibrating mindsets. Like I said, I can't stress this enough. Protect your energy. By doing so also helps you evolve your mind, because when you feed it food for thought, that's why it's called that. When you feed it certain frequencies and energies, you literally unlock and open up force fields of a higher consciousness. Your temple attracts those frequencies because you are the broadcast. You are the antenna. So when you focus on that type of energy and channel, it helps you evolve into that state, and you see the world differently from your eyes. You're not just a human being working a 9 to 5 or working for I don't know what and gaining money to live, which, like I said before, is a fucking crazy ass concept. That's why forces like the government function on greed and controlment, because they know the nature of this type of energy, and the human body is force field. If they can manipulate that, then the manipulation falls into the state of mind, and the state of mind's consciousness could either be heavy, and when it's heavy, controlment is easy, and when it's on the lighter scale, like a feather, then controlment is really non-existent. And they always operate on consciousness, because without consciousness, what does a person really have? That's why it's always like they say, the blind leading the blind. That's a real concept. But when you escape from those low frequencies and that controlment, and you evolve yourself, and you are comfortable in your being, those realms, you realize, are fake, and a lot of people around that surround you and living in those type of states try to keep you down within those type of channels with them. And it's sad, because all we really have to do is stand up against all the corruption, low vibing frequencies that is being emitted through all the airwaves and channels that are not only force fed to your children through TVs, but manipulated in information. So when the world goes without questioning any of that, or knowing how to stay in tuned and evolve your energy, that's where controlment captivity gets set in motion. And that's been happening before my existence on Earth, and throughout our raising in time. That's all been happening, and you could see that happening in the so-called elites that control the banks and airwaves today. They misguide you with news and events to shift your consciousness for money, and corrupt plans that literally have a depopulating trait to it, just to fill their pockets. And it's crazy. They really don't want people to be introduced to these type of information. It's kind of hidden knowledge, and it could really only be discovered by self. But when self discovers energy and what it could do, you as the individual that discovers the energy and your capability really deflates controlling environments and agencies, ideas and plans. That's why you see people get gunned down, criminalized, demonized, and it's crazy. Why is it always the people that give life-changing information and ways of improvement always silenced? It's because the more intelligent you are, the truth of their stupidity and dumbness is shown. And like I said, people don't like to be outdone. People are always want to be the best. And yeah, that is self-centered and arrogant, because a true leader wants everybody to be great. And me, myself, I'm not saying I'm the best. I'm not saying I'm the greatest leader. I'm not saying any of that. But me, I'd want people to be better than me. So I know that I could improve, and I'm just not stagnant living in a world of no progression. And sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, it feels like that. Sometimes it feels like, am I the only one? I've studied and done a lot of things that has to do with the brain and energy, and it's really kind of nerve-wracking. I wouldn't say scary or I'm in fear of my life or anything like that, but unlocking that type of knowledge of yourself, you realize how fake the world is. And I just want y'all to be safe, protect your energy, stay vibrantly savage. I can't really disclose any more than I really already have. Just know that you're not alone. They want people to be dumbed down. They want people at their level. They want us to be at war with one another, because with that, their little group of elites can control things. And when control is put in the wrong hands, life becomes diminished. So protect yourselves, protect your loved ones, and just, I don't know, be prepared, I guess. My name is Michael Richard Diarrera, aka Dynamic, aka Dine. Thank you for tuning into the new season of Heartbeat of America. Again, this episode is called Protect Your Energy. See you in the next one. Love y'all.